Welcome back to the Workbench, where uncut and unedited, we try to make things. What I'm trying to make right now is a 1971 Mach 1 Mustang. It's a Revell model kit that we're trying to put together for the Blue Ox Model Shop Street Machine build. It's our first group build that we've participated in, and it's actually been a lot of fun. This has been a lot of fun so far. Now what we're doing is taking a Roush motor out of a different kit, out of an F100 kit, and trying to fit it in. So we're doing a little kit bashing here, trying to get it to fit into the chassis. And we're doing some different wheels and I've got some aftermarket stuff on order too, just to kind of dress it up. But I tell you what, let's go ahead and get into this. This is gonna be a little bit of a short update because not a lot is getting done right now because I'm waiting on so many parts. But we'll talk about that right now in the bench update. So where we're at, or what I got done in between episodes. Well, first thing you can see, I painted the chassis. So I went ahead and painted it semi-gloss black. This is obviously going to get more modifications, so it's going to get painted again. But I wanted to get it painted because it just makes it easier to see on camera for you guys. In fact, if I kind of hold this white piece up, that just really glares under the light. So I went ahead and gave it a coat of semi-gloss black, and it also helps us see kind of what we're going to look like with the motor in place. We're just able to see things a little better. Not really a big deal. I also went ahead and installed the starter. I went ahead and painted and put in the transmission cover on the motor. I've got the air filter and valve covers ready to go. I need to put a coat of clear on those over top of the little Roush decals that are on here. I'm going to paint up the carburetor, just do details. But anyways, this is what we've got done in between. Oh, I did paint the headers also. So I painted them a steel color. Now, the main thing that I actually got done, other than I've been working to figure out how we're going to get this to fit, but we'll talk about that in just a second. I did finish up the wheels. I'll post a picture of what they look like before. These are the wheels. If you remember right, originally we were going to use the wheels out of the F100 kit, but I've decided against them. One, they just don't fit. The tires don't fit well on them, and yeah, they just look funky. And I'd have to grind these down. I think these Mercedes wheels are going to work a lot better. I'll put a picture up of what I had to fix on them. They did have a little bit of an issue. Basically, they had that big lip around the outside. So if we look here, all I did was sand the lip down, and then I flush sanded it. I just flat sanded it and kept sanding them down until they were flush with the tire. And now we've got a nice surface on this side, on the back side, because we're going to be able to see the back side. Remember, this is going to end up displayed on a mirror. So we'll be able to see this. Now all I need to do is go in with a chrome pin or some chrome paint, which I don't have right now. I'll have to get some, and just hit this edge, and I think our wheels will be good to go. Other than that, I will just need to drill. They have little grommets in here. I'm going to drill these grommets out just a bit to fit these pegs. But I don't want to do any of that because I'm going to sand down, probably grind down these back plates too. But I don't want to do any of that until I get our brake calipers and rotors that I've ordered. So I ordered some aftermarket ones. They're just bigger. They're bigger than these. I want them to better fill out the wheel. I mean, these look tiny in there, and I'd like to have them fill out the wheels better. So I ordered some aftermarket ones, but I don't want to modify any of that until those get in and I can kind of put it all together. It's the same issue I'm having kind of with the motor here so we've got this to actually fit in place. We cut out this cross member that we're going to have to move back now because the whole motor is moving back. So we're going to move that back, and you can really kind of see what that looks like now that I have it. Now that this is painted, you can really see how it used to sit here. And we're going to move it back to here to catch the tailpiece on the tail shaft on the transmission, where it's going to be sitting in its new location. But I really can't do anything more until I have the pulley set for up front here, but more importantly, the motor mounts that we're going to be putting in. So I've got some aftermarket motor mounts coming in because I had to bust out the motor mounts from this kit because it just doesn't work with this motor. I think we are just kind of looking at it. if we put the motor mounts in, hopefully you guys can kind of see. Let me get center screen there. The motor mounts are going to go a little more up front, and then I think I probably can't get. Let me see if I can get them in real quick. I think we'll be able to use these. I think these headers will work. I think they're going to work. I think we're going to be able to make them work. We're just going to have to hit the motor mounts in front. Let me show down here so you can see a little better. We're going to have to hit up front. Basically, where these tabs are is where our motor mounts are going to have to connect. I will probably end up shaving these little tabs. I don't know if you can see them. Let me use my X-Acto. There's these little tabs, and I'm assuming that's how this motor mounted in the F100. I'll probably end up having to shave those off and then put the mounts to that's the location they're going to have to go. And I'm assuming those will have to come off basically in front of the headers. And let me show you on this side. The main reason is once we get this header on with the starter in place, let me see if I can. And these are the headers that came with this motor, which, like I said, I think are going to work for us. If I can get this on here, I don't know why I'm having such trouble. There we go. They basically go right there. So yeah, obviously we're going to have to be in front of the header for the motor mounts, or at least the down tubes here on the header. Can you guys see this? I hope. Because now we got a starter in the way. We got all kinds of things in the way. And then this, I think, is going to work for us. I've kind of placed this in here a few times, and it comes the collectors come right about here. So I think we can pull some pipe off of there, do an H pipe, and on back, I think, I'm pretty sure. And in fact, let's place it in here just real quick. I'm having trouble keeping the header connected with it going in place. There we go. Yeah, see, I think it's going to sit, turn it about like that. So I think we're going to be okay. It's going to sit about right there once we have it actually mounted. And that's going to give us, we're going to be, that collector is actually going to move a little more outboard because gravity's pulling it down right now. So I think we're going to be perfect. I think we're going to be okay. Because that, I think, will work. I think it's going to work once we get all this hoopla in also. Once we get the motor mounted high enough, and then with this in, and then our headers are going to come out right there. This actually has to go in further, but yeah, I think we're going to be all right. I think that's going to be all right. Okay, so anyways, we've got that. I think I've pretty well got that planned out what we got to do, but I can't really do it until I get the parts in. So we're kind of waiting on that. And that's pretty much what I was able to get done in between episodes. That's our bench update for right now. I mean, the wheels are good to go other than needing to be painted. As far as let's get to work here. There's not a lot I can do. So I thought what we would do, just to get a little bit of something done and keep things moving forward, is I wanted to go ahead, if I can get the parts back over here, start putting the interior together. That's something we can work on I don't think we're going to be waiting for any parts on. The only issue we might have is this tunnel is probably going to have to be cut out. Let me grab these pieces here. I don't actually know yet. I think I might get away with the tunnel staying stock like this. But I think what I'm actually going to do, and I'm probably going to just go ahead and do it. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it out and just bump it up just a little bit, just so that we know we have clearance. Because where's the dash pad? The whole dashboard, I guess I should say, or the whole dash itself. It has this center console here. Basically, this kind of sits right here. Let me show you here. See how bright this white is? I need to paint this stuff too, so we can see it better on camera. So it sits basically right here in the center dash part, the center console. It blocks this back here. You can't even see. So I can just bump that up behind that center console, and then I'll know I have clearance for the way the transmission's sitting higher. Because if you remember, we shaved the tunnel out right here to make so the motor can sit up. In fact, if we need to, can even go further with it. But I don't think we'll have to. But I thought we'd go ahead. Let's go ahead and start putting the interior together. The other thing I got to start thinking about is just, let me move a bunch of parts out of the way. I got to start thinking about color. I don't know. I've got out in the workshop, out in the garage, or what I'm calling the workshop these days. I've got red, white, and orange. They're all just, just those colors. Nothing special about them. Just red, just think red, think orange. That's the colors they are. I don't know. The box top color on this car is red. We could just do it red. Or do I want to get a paint color for it? What color would you guys paint it? Let me know. Let me know down in the comments if there's a color that you would, like to see the car done. I'll take any suggestions for sure. That needs to fit better. There we go. Yeah, I'll take any suggestions on color, but that's also going to influence the interior color. And if I'm, if I go ahead, I wonder if I shouldn't be gluing this together. If I should paint these. Well, it's already glued together. I started wondering, should I not glue this together? Because I was going to spray it all at one time, but it would probably be easier because I want to go in and paint these details. Can I get in there and paint those details with it together? This side's already glued, but I can probably leave this other side off. And I can paint in there. Well, it's just so much nicer to paint things when they're already together, in my opinion. And I can get in there. Yeah, I think I can get in there and paint those. I'll leave the seats out for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this together. I think that makes sense to me. Probably the wrong thing to do, but what are you going to do? I could probably put some glue down here. But anyways, the body color is going to influence the interior color. And normally, you go like black or whatever, like black carpet. But I don't like crazy interior colors. I like blacks and tans and leather colors. And with maybe accent color. And I like to bring, as far as accent colors, I like to bring the body color inside. I don't know, you kind of tie the inside to the outside with some accent colors from the body. But I think we might, I don't know. It's going to be, I like tans. I like leathers. When I say leather, I mean that color. But I also like black carpet. I don't want tan carpet. That never works out well in a car, especially one that's used. So I might do black carpet. And what I think we'll do is we'll flock it. We'll flock the carpet and maybe the rear trays and stuff, or I don't know. Maybe we'll do leather seats, like tan leather seats, and probably black door cards and whatnot, kick panels. It has this kind of, maybe we'll do this leather tan, this kind of insert. Can you guys see what I'm talking about? This insert here, maybe do that like it's leather wrapped, which is a dumb thing to do, by the way, on a real car. You shouldn't, because this is where your arm usually ends up resting on the armrest and then on the window, and then it wears. So you kind of usually, that leather will wear on you. But for a car like this, I think it would look good. Yeah, I think so. Let me know what you think. And then maybe we can bring in, like I said, some color somehow from the outside in, or maybe not. We'll do a black dash. I'm not going to glue this in yet because obviously we got to work on it. But maybe we'll do pretty much just a black dash, and then maybe we'll do some of the trim, like do some of this trim pieces and bring the outside. That's where we'll bring outside in. We'll paint that the color of the car, whatever color that happens to be. I'm thinking right now probably red. Probably going to just do the red that I have. I have the U-Pole red. It's really good, nice paint, and I have some U-Pole clear that we can top it with. So we just do a black dash, and I think just a black dash pad. I don't think we'd want to do that leather. Let me see. Well, when it fits in here, let's look at this. Let's look at this together while we're doing this. Actually, that if we do that leather, it does tie into the pad. So maybe we run the leather, we do this part leather and then the dash pad, and it runs all the way around like so. That might make sense. And then we'll have tan or leather seats, black flocked carpet, and then black, whatever it be, vinyl /leather door cards with the leather colored accent, and then we'll try and bring in the body color, which will probably be red. Also, I think that would look nice, and we're gonna have a shifter. Anyways, I think I'll start what I think I'm gonna do in between episodes. So next time on the bench, we can have this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just paint it the black, so we can just kind of see it a little bit better than this glary white, and we can start working out those colors. Yeah, and I think for right now, unless y'all have a better idea, let me know which color you want to do. I think I'm just going to go with red for a body color. That's what I have, and I think it'll look nice. Nothing fancy. It's a street machine. I don't want to go any heavy flakes or candies or anything. Just a red, just straight red with clear. Just a base coat, clear coat, red. I think that'll look nice, but let me know what you think, of course. But I'll get this painted in between episodes. We're still waiting. We'll be waiting on parts. So I think we just concentrate right now on the interior. Yeah. So I think we'll just, I'll watch the comments for body color before we start doing any of that. But I think I'll get it painted. Like I said, I'll just go ahead and get it painted black. Probably I know all the chassis is black too, but I think we'll do a semi-gloss black. Yeah, I'll get that all sprayed when we come back next time. Yeah, sorry, I know we didn't get much done today. It's rough when you're kind of waiting on parts. I've got more parts that I'm going to order up too. I need to go ahead and get those ordered because I don't know how long this stuff takes to get. And again, I'm going to ask you guys if you know a good source for different aftermarket parts or 3D printed parts, things like that. Let me know. Let me go down in the comments. But anyways, thanks for joining me today. It's about all I've got today. Come back tomorrow. We'll be working on the interior even more. I think we'll be able to move forward a little more with it once I start getting things painted. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Hit that like button if you would. Check the playlist down below if you need to get caught up. Hit the like button. Subscribe. What is it? The bell. Ring the bell. I don't do those things you do on YouTube. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.